comes to speaking about our vulnerable populations, I'm not just talking about our homelessness, but I'm talking about those who may be living in poverty, those who are suffering from complex issues. They may have mental health concerns or suffering from addiction. And we have a responsibility as a local government, along with our province and federal government, to take care of some of these concerns. So some of the things we've been doing in this last council term is trying things. And we did have an initiative called the Community Hub. It didn't work as intended, but at least we tried, and it was bringing services together for those who need that type of help. But now we're doing something very similar to the Hub, but we're now mobile. So we have a mobile outreach team that goes out into the areas where we know that maybe the homelessness are living and need some help, and we connect them with the services that they need. We also have the winter emergency response that has been helping those when it's cold outside in the winter. They have a place to stay and stay warm so they don't freeze to death in the winter. But there's other things that we're doing as well. We introduced the low income pass, because if you're living in poverty, you might not be able to afford not only a car, but a regular transit pass. So we are trying to make it accessible here in Spruce Grove for those living in poverty, and just trying initiatives that we can do to help them along the way. And that's why we have our social sustainability plan. We refreshed it in 2023, and it's basically an action plan. It's a guide on some of the initiatives we should be taking over the next 5 years and what our role is as a local government when it comes to some of these issues. So what is next to help improve the lives of our vulnerable people here in Spruce Grove? The municipal government has been doing their part, but this is where we need the province and the federal government to step up. It's in their mandate to help, and we need them to do more. You know, we have a social sustainability plan. We know what we're doing over the next 5 years in this space. We have a timeline. But we need the province to do what they should be doing in this space, as well as the federal government. You know, they have the funding, they have the models, they have the services, they have the programs, they have experts that can help in this area. So we as a local government, and even yourselves, have to put pressure on other levels of government to say, you need to do your part. You know, here we have been doing a lot, and we do rely on a lot of volunteer organizations to assist in this area. For example, we have local churches like the Community Church and the Christian Fellowship Church who have stepped up in a very meaningful way. They're making sure that our homeless population has a bed to sleep in and not freeze at night during the winter. And they do food drives, and they make sure that they can be fed and that they're not going hungry. These are things that take time, a lot of volunteers, and it can be exhausting, and we can't expect it to go on forever. So we need to find a way to ensure that all levels of government are working together in this area so that we can continue to meet the complex needs of this population. So what is next when it comes to taking care of our vulnerable populations? In my opinion, it's really quite easy. It is stay the course. We developed a social sustainability plan. We refreshed it in 2023, and this is a guide. This is the plan for the next 5 years, and it addresses a lot of the issues and areas that we should be focused on as a council. Now, we're not the experts, and we rely on the experts to tell us where we should be focusing and what actions we can take and how we work with groups in the community. So we've been working with those groups. We work with FCSS and NeighborLink and PFK, which is Pay Forward Kindness, and we have RCMP, and we have enforcement services, and we have our community outreach teams. We have a number of people that have that expertise, and we've put the plan together. So it's really, really simple. We just need to stay the course and ensure that we are committed to seeing this through.